Good morning. It's Tuesday, May 27th. Here's what we're working on this morning. Haldeman OPP are investigating a drive-by shooting in Cayuga. It happened shortly after 2 this morning.
For the first time in Canada's history, a king will deliver the throne speech.
And the Minnesota Frost defeat the Ottawa Charge to win the PWHL championship. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. I'm a little sore this morning. I put together some patio furniture yesterday.
Oh.
I'm an old man. The bones
No,
are
you're
a little...
just out of practice. That's
Yes,
all.
this is
It's
true.
muscles that haven't been used for a few months.
Very much so.
That's what it is.
That is
Yes.
accurate. Steve, good morning.
Morning, Steve. It is a beautiful morning shaping up.
Yes, if you're putting patio furniture together or whatever you're doing outside today, should be another great day. Much like yesterday, temperatures very, very close to seasonal, so it's kind of nice out there. Let's check and see what's happening traffic-wise for us at just a minute and 7 seconds after 6 o'clock on your Tuesday. So on the roads, we're looking in pretty good shape. Let's head down towards the Niagara area first of all, and we'll see that, again, the sun's up now, so a little bit anyway, so we can see that pretty good. Actually, before we finish our traffic, let's have a quick look at that camera off the top of the studio. Okay, so we just said, in case you missed the sun up this morning, this is what's happening as we speak. Quite the glow out there coming up over the lower part of the city. So it looks kind of nice today. Add a little bit of cloud happening out there as well. All right, back to cameras now. We're seeing things moving along in good shape. Garden City Skyway, no problem. QEW, Niagara Street, we're looking all right. A little busier, again, heading into the Burlington area from the Hamilton side of the Burlington Skyway Bridge here. But again, we're seeing no problems out there. Brant Street moving along all right. Sun, of course, will be a factor, so grab your sunglasses as you head out this morning. That's not a bad thing to have. 403 west of King Road, seeing no problems out there at all. Fairly light at 403 Mavis Road as well. And up by Pearson Airport, traffic's moving along in good shape right now. 401 west of the Fort Hunting, seeing no major problems, so that is the good news. Good start to the day. And as far as our weather's concerned, well, we're going to get some rain, but I think for the next 6 or 7 days, temperatures, you're going to like those. We'll talk about that in a few minutes.
Thanks, Steve. Haldeman OPP are investigating an overnight drive-by shooting. Happened just after 2 o'clock this morning at Thorburn near Joseph Street in Cayuga. Police are currently at the scene and road closures are in place.
Determined that unknowns attended the address and fired several rounds from a firearm, striking the residents and vehicles parked in the driveway, causing damage. I'm glad to say that there were no injuries involved to anyone that was inside the house. Thorburn Street is currently closed between Concession 1 Road South and Joseph Street East. It's anticipated that the closure will last for the next 6 to 8 hours while officers continue to investigate.
Police have no suspect details at the moment. Investigators are asking residents in the area to check their surveillance footage and to contact police. Simone Gavros is heading to the scene and will have the latest later this morning.
History is going to be made in Ottawa today as King Charles delivers the throne speech. The King and Queen Camilla arrived yesterday, greeted by dignitaries, including Governor General Mary Simon and Prime Minister Mark Carney. From there, the royal couple greeted members of the public, they planted a tree, and they met with members of the Privy Council. Today's throne speech outlining the new government's plans will be the first time a king has presided over Parliament in Canada. King Charles' mother, Queen Elizabeth, read the throne speech twice, in 1957 and in 1977.
Quebec Liberal MP Francis Carballegia has been elected Speaker of the House of Commons.
Robust debate is fundamental to a robust democracy, and a robust democracy is what makes for a resilient nation. The problem is when stakes go high.
The leader of each party took turns welcoming him, dragging a newly elected speaker to the chair as a tradition that dates back centuries to when British speakers risked execution if the monarch wasn't happy with the news they brought. Carballegia has been a Liberal MP for more than 20 years, but because the new role is impartial, he won't sit as one. So the Liberals will have one less vote in the House, adding to the difficulties in pushing its agenda through Parliament as a minority government. The first question period will be held tomorrow.
Members of the NDP, though, will not be allowed to ask daily questions because they no longer have official party status in the House of Commons. A party needs at least 12 seats to be recognized, and the New Democrats only secured 7 in last month's federal election. NDP MPs will also not be guaranteed seats on standing committees. While students are returning to Walkerton District Community School, knowing that there are 5 faces they won't see anymore in the hallways. 4 of their classmates, Olivia Rourke, Rowan McLeod, Cadence Ford, and Danica Baker, were killed in a crash on Friday afternoon, along with a teacher, 33-year-old Matt Eckert. The 5 were coming back from a slow pitch tournament when their SUV collided with a transport truck just outside of London, Ontario.
It's touched our whole community. I'm a friend of one of the girls' moms. My kids grew up with her, Rowan. And we're just here because we are such a tight community that we all just need to be together and feel our sorrow. My heart broke.
You hear that, 4 kids lost their lives to, a tragic accident, and just kind of, it hits home and, makes you feel really unweary knowing that, it could have been your kid that was in that vehicle.
Well, it's just indescribable grief. It's absolutely crushing. It's an absolute cloud and pale across the town, and it's going to take a long while to even get on the road to recovery.
Blue Water District School Board's Director of Education says a mental health and tragedy response team is going to be on site at that school for the next couple of weeks to help students and staff. In England, celebration was abruptly and shockingly interrupted last night when a car plowed into a parade that was celebrating Liverpool's latest Premier League soccer championship. A 53-year-old man believed to be the driver was arrested. Police say they're not looking for any other suspects.
We believe this to be an isolated incident, and we are not currently looking for anyone else in relation to it. The incident is not being treated as terrorism.
Dozens of people were injured, including several children. More than 24 people were hospitalized, with at least 2 of them being seriously injured. Crews had to free several people from underneath the vehicle, with 20 more treated at the scene for minor injuries.
It's time for Sportsline, and the Walter Cup is staying in Minnesota.
Minnesota working in the zone. In front, a chance here. Phillips second point. He scores! Minnesota Frogs back-to-back Walter Cup champions.
She is clutch. Liz Shepard scored the championship-winning goal for the 2nd year in a row as the Frost topped Ottawa 2-1 in overtime, winning the series in 4. All 4 games of the series were decided by 2-1 scores, and each of them in overtime, including the Frost triple OT win in Game 3 on Saturday. Minnesota's rookie goaltender Gwyneth Phillips was named the playoff MVP after posting a .952 save percentage and 123 goals against average.
Here's Stan Colvin. Stan Colvin in with a shot. Score! The Hurricanes take their first lead of the series as Stan Colvin beats Bobrovsky.
After losing 15 straight games in the NHL's Eastern Conference Final dating back to 2009, the Hurricanes are finally on the board. Logan Stankoven opened the scoring midway through the first period, and Freddie Anderson stopped 20 shots for his 5th career playoff shutout as Carolina silenced the Panthers 3-0 to avoid a series sweep. Carolina still trails the series 3-1, and they'll host Game 5 tomorrow. The Oilers will try to go up 3-1 in their series against Dallas when they entertain the Stars tonight. Ryder Ritchie scored twice and added an assist as Medicine Hat beat Moncton 3-1 at the Memorial Cup. The Western Hockey League champion Tigers will play the OHL's London Knights tonight in a battle of 2-0 teams. The winner will advance to Sunday's championship game, while the loser will play in Friday's semifinal.
SGA spins. Robert looking to help, taking his time, falling away. It's up. It's good. SGA playing like an MVP.
Oh, did he ever? NBA MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had 40 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists as Oklahoma City stormed back from a 42-point loss in Game 3 of the West Final and beat Minnesota 128-126. The victory gives the Thunder a commanding 3-1 series lead heading back home for Game 5 tomorrow night. Timberwolves star Anthony Edwards struggled in this game. He was held to just 16 points. Tonight, Indiana hosts the Knicks with the Pacers up 2-1. Still on the hardwood, Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark will miss the next 2 weeks of the WNBA season with a strained left quad. Last season's Rookie of the Year is averaging 19 points, 6 rebounds, and over 9 assists a game this season. The Blue Jays stopped their 3-game losing skid and spoiled the Rangers' Memorial Day celebration with a 2-1 win in Texas yesterday. Dalton Varsho had 3 hits, including a solo home run in the first inning, and Kevin Gausman struck out 6 over 8 innings to improve to 5-4 on the season. Gausman threw 72 of his 96 pitches for strikes, including his first 14, and did not walk a batter. Jeff Hoffman worked a perfect 9th for his 11th save in 14 chances. Canadians Denis Shapovalov and Gabriel Diallo won their opening matches at the French Open. Shapovalov swept Spain's Pedro Martinez 6-2, 6-love, 6-3. Diallo upset 18-seed Francisco Cerundolo of Argentina 7-5, 6-3, 6-4. Fellow Canuck Felix Auger-Aliassime faces Italy's Matteo Arnaldi today, while Burlington's Victoria Mboko is back in action tomorrow.
All right, 10 minutes past 6, so let's have a look. Well, it's 11 minutes past 6 now. Let's have a look and see what's happening on the roads as you're heading out the door this morning. Grab your sunglasses. We've got a fair amount of sun coming our way, which is nice, but let's go and check and see exactly what we've got on the go. Starting in Niagara, Glendale Avenue. Again, traffic's very, very light right now. Niagara Street hasn't changed a whole lot. Up by the Burlington Skyway Bridge, and again, this is moving from the Stony Creek area in towards Burlington, a little on the slow side here. So, again, if you're heading in that direction, just be aware of that, but down towards Niagara Way, things are looking in good shape right now. Walker's Line, traffic's moving along all right, and again, a little busier as you head eastbound, which you would expect for this time of day. Up by the Ford plant, seeing no major problems. Let's go up by Pearson and see that things are slowing down just a little bit, but again, still, for the most part, traffic's moving along in good shape. And the 401 and west of 400, not showing us anything right now. But we will show you what's happening weather-wise for us at 6:12 on your Tuesday. So sunny skies again today. Temperatures very, very close to seasonal, so it's going to be another nice day. Enjoy this one because then we have a system coming, and this one's coming up from the south here. And after our sun today, we're looking for some rain to move in tomorrow, probably later in the morning before it all starts. And this could linger for a couple of days. But again, temperatures will be quite warm in there. So today, though, high pressure is giving us some nice conditions outside. So if we can get outside today, good idea. But again, we're watching this one coming up from the south, which will bring us some cloud later on as we get into today. And then also the showers in the overnight period, probably later in the morning time-wise. At least that's how it's looking right now. And this could linger again for a couple of days before we get back into some sunny conditions, hopefully by the weekend. So that would be kind of nice too. Right now, temperatures out here, Hamilton 9, Grimsby 10. Mississauga 11, Toronto 10 degrees, so not a bad start to the day. And sun will be up, or whether it was up, at 5:45, and we'll be down tonight at 8:49 p.m. Normal highs, 21 degrees. We're going to be very close to that, within a degree or two. Today's high, 20 degrees, kind of nice. UV 8, very high, and 20 kilometer-an-hour winds. And again, mostly sunny. We'll get into some cloud later on tonight in the overnight period. Temperature overnight seasonal here. Winds from the west at 20 to 40, and again, some cloudy conditions. But into tomorrow, here's where we get our rain. High of only 14 degrees coming with that. And again, rain coming later on in the morning, and the winds from the east at 30 kilometers per hour. We'll look at the extended forecast and more traffic in a few minutes.
Thanks, Steve. Coming up after the break, we'll say good morning to Emily Vukovic with a preview of what's to come in Chit-Chat. And unionized staff at the Workplace Safety Insurance Board of Ontario are staging their first full strike. Stay with us. Let's say good morning to Emily Vukovic. Emily, what do you have cooking today in Chit-Chat?
Good morning. Well, coming up, we are going to be talking about the AMAs. Of course, the big news, Jennifer Lopez getting friendly with a few of her dancers. Or so I heard, because, you know, we all go to bed super early. And my favorite movie star, well, he's done something else, and Jimmy Kimmel actually helped it along. Or sorry, Jimmy Fallon. But I'm going to continue talking about Tom Cruise. Okay.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing more of that coming up in Chit Chat. In business news this morning, the Canadian dollar is down 15 basis points to 71.61 cents U.S. Gold is $67.70 an ounce lower. And crude is up 5 cents to $61.58 a barrel. In midday European trading, markets are up in London, Frankfurt, and Paris.
In Asia, markets were up in Tokyo and Hong Kong, but down just a little bit in Shanghai. Canada's main stock index gained almost 200 points, led by tech and industrial sectors. U.S. markets were closed for Memorial Day. U.S. stock futures this morning are climbing sharply after Donald Trump announced a 50% tariff delay on goods coming to the states from the European Union, rather.
Thousands of workplace safety and insurance board members across Ontario are on full strike with no end in sight. In Hamilton, workers are on their first ever full strike at the WSIB office on King Street West. The Ontario Compensation Employees Union says talks stalled last Wednesday and members were locked out of computer systems and sent workers home. The union has shifted from rotating strikes to a full work stoppage and condemns reports that WSIB hired outside help to replace striking workers. The union represents more than 3,600 workers. They say they're ready to return to talks when management takes their concerns seriously. Meantime, WSIB says it continues to provide services, that helping injured workers remains its top priority.
Via Rail could grind to a halt next month unless there's a last-minute deal to stop a strike there. More than 2,500 unionized VIA workers have given their union, Unifor, a very strong strike mandate of 98%, showing their support for walking off the job. The union is in a federal conciliation process that wraps up on Saturday. That will be followed by a mandatory 21-day cooling-off period. So that means if there is a strike, it won't happen before June 22nd. Unifor accuses Via Rail of pushing for major concessions and says it has not met their monetary demands.
A Hamilton charity is sharing its concerns about a possible strike at Canada Post, saying the number of donations they receive will likely drop if there's another work stoppage.
And that a lot of folks that want to donate to us are in the older category demographics, and a lot of those folks are still connected very much to writing a check. And so, a significant amount of our supporters want to send us a check in the mail.
The Helping Hands Street Mission on Barton Street collects donations to support people experiencing poverty. They use Canada Post as a way to receive donations, but also to mail out impact updates to donors. The union representing postal workers has been in a strike position since Friday. And while workers are still on the job for now, there is an overtime ban, which could impact some deliveries.
Well, the Shaw Festival wants to make a bigger creative mark in Niagara-on-the-Lake. It's announced a $150 million fundraising campaign that includes a rebuild of the crumbling Royal George Theatre. The Shaw Festival says 70%, $110 million of its goal has already been funded by the province, the federal government, and by private donations. Over the next 5 years, there are plans to turn the festival into a center for art and human connection with thousands of programs. And within a decade, artistic director Tim Carroll says they hope to have an artist village with performers permanently hired year-round.
We're going to take a quick time out. Steve is going to be back with traffic and your 7-day forecast.
Welcome back to Morning Live, 6:23 on your Tuesday. Let's have a look and see what's happening on the road. Sun's been up for a little while now, about half an hour in most areas, and we're looking down towards Niagara, Glendale. Traffic's moving fairly lightly now. Ontario Street hasn't changed a whole lot. I'll also mention sunglasses, a good thing to do when you head out the door this morning because it's slow, and also give some extra time because as you move from the Stony Creek area in towards Burlington along the Burlington Skyway Bridge, it's a little on the slow side right now. Walker's Line moving along, but again building up as we go over the next little while, or has for the last half hour or so. Royal Windsor Drive, seeing no major problems right now. Traffic's moving along in good shape. King Road 403, Again, traffic's moving along quite nicely. Up by Pearson Airport, still not having any real slowdowns there. Yes, it's building, but still looking okay. Let's go back to 403 and here Ontario Street. And as we move up into 401 Allen Road South, again, traffic's moving along okay, top of the city in Toronto. So good start to the day. And again, the sun out this morning early. Grab those sunglasses as you head out the door. That's a good thing to have when you're driving right into that sunlight. All right, as far as our weather's concerned, you see high pressure, one to the north, one to the south, is giving us some nice sunny skies today. We're also watching this system, which is coming up from the south. Increased amounts of cloud today as we get into the afternoon period. Tomorrow we'll see some rain roll through the area, maybe missing the morning drive, but coming shortly thereafter. So we'll be watching that for you. Tuesday planner, though, great day today. Temperatures up to 20 degrees, maybe 21, and this should be right on what it should be for this time of year. And again, mostly sunny skies, but you'll notice a little bit more cloud as the day goes along. Your evening commute, temperatures right across the board here, looking at 20 degrees with some partly clear skies. In the extended forecast, yes, we are expecting rain Wednesday, Thursday, possibly Friday. A little cooler on Wednesday for sure, but after that, as we get into the weekend, right now anyway, and again, we're early, it looks like it's going to be fairly clear with a little bit of cloud and temperatures very, very close to or above, as we see next Monday, seasonal. So not a bad forecast, except for the middle of the week. That's it for now.
Thanks, Steve. The winners of what could be the world's most dangerous race are celebrating their victories and nursing a few bruises and broken bones.
Oh man, take a look at competitors falling down an absurdly steep hill in England. This is one of 7 races in the Cooper's Hill cheese rolling competition. To win, participants go on a 200-yard dash down a grassy hill, running after a wheel of double Gloucester cheese. And for the second year in a row, a 23-year-old YouTuber from Germany won the men's race. The cheese races are believed to have started about 600 years ago as part of a pagan festival to welcome spring.
What would propel someone to do this?
I'm sure somebody fell down a hill at some point and,
said, we should make an event out of this.
We have been watching this over and over and over and over again in our newsroom all morning.
Non-stop laughs. But hopefully everyone's okay.
Yeah. Let's hope.
Fingers crossed.
Sure.
Stay with us. More to come coming up after the break. Good morning.
Nice.